Okay, it's me again. I decided I'm going to save some time by creating a supplemental video. This video is about how to manage your dot files. What are dot files and how do I manage mine? I had to actually set them up in a VM, so I'm doing this for something that I needed, and I'm going to go through the steps to do it as fast as I can, mostly just to show you how to do it and where to go. So you start out by having a GitHub account. If you haven't covered how to have GitHub account, cover that someplace else. If you're watching this because it's a part of the boost, then just go to github.com and go to RVXRob, and you'll see that and how to do this. So, and here's my dot files, right? So, we're not going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the importance of having a landing repo. It's the same name as your account name. We're going to do that in a different video, but this video shows that one of the pinned dot files. The dot files are a sort of rite of passage. Everybody's got them, and they are all your configuration files in one place, so that you can share them, so you're backed up, you can go use them everywhere, and that's what we need to do. Right now, I have this generic RVXRob at Anton. This is a fresh Ubuntu Linux server 22.2, I think, maybe 4, and it is completely barren. It doesn't have anything on it. So how do we set up dot files, and what does that mean and everything? So before I can do anything else, I have to be able to get this brand new machine to talk to GitHub. Right now, this is an interesting branch point, okay? Because I haven't been showing you anything. Here we go. Let me go show you the scene. Okay, so let me just recap. So this is it. GitHub.com/RVXRob. You can go click on the dot files, and here's the dot files right here. You click on the repo. I name mine dot. Some people name the dot files. If you search on GitHub, you'll find tons. In fact, you could actually spend all day just looking up everybody's dot files and getting great ideas. I actually got a lot of great ideas from Jeff Sprazzle and many other people. Brian Cantrell. There's like all kinds of people that you might want to look at. And I'll put a plugin for mine, rwxrob/dot. You can go out here, maybe learn, maybe tell me I'm full of it, I did something stupid, maybe open an issue on my dot files. Dot files are a rite of passage, and it's actually one of the ways that employers evaluate you. They go out there and they want to see, do you know how to manage your own Linux repo? How do you do it? What kind of what's your shell preference? I mean, it's a very personal thing, but it's also extremely useful. Okay, so I don't have a lot of time here. I just need to get this thing up and running fast, and that is the primary, in my opinion, property of dot files. Dot files need to get you up and running as fast as possible. So when you get on a new system, you don't want to screw around reinstalling a bunch of stuff. And so my dot files actually include an installer here. This video will probably go about 20-30 minutes, but I'm going to try to make it fast. But it's going to have a lot of stuff to read. Obviously, don't put anything secret in here, and that's actually really hard. We will break down how to do that by going through the bash RC file, but we're not going to go through every one of the dot files. We're just going to go through how to get a dot files and why you should have one. So you make a dot files repo like this, and go add it, and then you have to have a GitHub account, of course, and then you need to clone the GitHub account. So here's the point of branching fork decision making that you have to make. Okay, you have to make a decision here. You have to make a decision here about so I just installed a new VM. How am I using this VM? Is this VM going to be for me just for right now, just to use it, and it's kind of a read-only thing? Or is it going to be a VM that I'm going to want to be able to make changes to my dot files? So potentially, if I change something, it's going to be read-write or it's going to be read-only. And the decision point, in my opinion, if it's going to be read-only, then I would do git clone HTTP, and I would clone the publicly available HTTP one, because you don't have to make a copy. In fact, you probably wouldn't want to make a copy, and then you don't have to set up the other stuff. So I'm actually going to do that way today. And then, of course, the easy fix for this is once you do that, you can actually set up this machine to actually do SSH communication with GitHub and all that jazz, which I'll do in another video. But if you just want to use this dot files on this Docker container that you just pulled down, and you don't want to screw with it, you can just make a place to put it. And in my case, I always have a repos directory with an uppercase, which is a convention I started a long time ago, so all my code uses it. And then within here, I also make subdirectories for all the GitHub services so that there's no collisions of naming. And then I'm going to make that RVXRob. And my scripts are all designed to use RVXRob or whatever the username is the same as the Git repo, which can sometimes get in trouble if you're using a different account like I am at work. But there's ways around that. You saw my commit comment? I was hoping you wouldn't see that. Okay, so here we are. we're in this place. We're ready to do the Git clone. So we're not. This isn't about Git. You should already know this. It used to be you can do HTTP or HTTPS. If you do HTTPS, you're going to have to authenticate. But I think HTTP is going to be supported. Again, this is just a pull. Normally, you wouldn't use HTTP for stuff. Dot, right? And I'm going to download my dot files. Again, this is a read-only copy of my dot files. So in this case, if I want to make changes to the dot files, I'd have to have another computer someplace. And this is, by the way, this is something I might do at work, right? So at work, I might want to be able to read my dot files, but technically speaking, if I make a change to the dot files from a work computer, work owns that change and potentially my entire dot files repo. I know that's weird. Go watch Silicon Valley Season 3. They get into that exact thing. So are you supposed to be seeing the screen? Yes. You guys got to remind me to change. I'm a streamer. I'm a failed streamer. Please remind me when I don't do that. Thank you very much. All right. So let me just recap what I just did. So I haven't had the Stream Deck for very long. Give me a break. All right. So here we go. Git clone HTTP, right? Cloning into dot, warning, redirecting, blah. It did grab an HTTPS, which is fine. That's because they closed that. You know, it used to be that HTTP was the only place you. If you do the HTTPS, it would actually prompt you and make you type in your username and password, which you don't want to do. And then so you enumerate the projects, blah blah blah. It's pulling them all down. Anyway, so now we have dot in here, right? But what I want you to know is that there's no way I can make a change here and commit it, right? If I were to try to change a file, and git commit readme. I mean, I have commits on main because for my dot files. I don't do the whole PR thing because it's my dot files. Testing. This is going to be, oh boy. So, I mean, let's do this stuff. Just that you know why this isn't going to work, right? User.email rubx.gg. All right, let me do another one really quick. Set OVI. I don't even have my OVI on. You know how many people don't even know that exists? So sad. And then they use ZSH for some reason. Or they tell me to use Control L and I laugh at them. Hey, look, there's me, except for I'm not me. I'm not doxed because it's underneath where my face is. Ha ha. All right, git commit. Where is it? Git commit. There we go. Right. Git push. Denied. Oh no, I have to type in my username and password for GitHub. Hell no. Okay. So again, we're doing a read-only .files clone. Why would you do this? You're at work and you just want to pull down. You want to remind yourself not to make any commits from work because technically your work owns them, especially if you do it on a work machine. A lot of people do it, but it's still that legally speaking, if you make a change to your .files on a work machine, they own it. I don't want people owning my .files. So knowing how to clone a repo and just use it. And by the way, if I wanted to make a change to something at work, it's a little bit more of a hassle, but it's legal. During lunch, I could log into my home machine. I could make a machine, which is what this is. And then I could make a change, and then I could git commit add, and then I could go to my work machine, and I could go git pull. And that's a read-only function, and that would get the changes. So, a lot of your employer's code. There's ways to exfiltrate. Yeah, there definitely is, but I don't want to do them. Yeah. Anyway, so, I mean, we could go down such a rabbit hole there, because I mean, there's only so many who write certain code, but especially a .file, right? Anyway, so this has got to change. Unfortunately, because I've made a commit now, that I can't just git pull the latest. It'll be like, nope, sorry. Actually, no, it will. It will because I have a commit ahead. Let me just go ahead and do a git restore here and see if it'll work. I don't think a git restore works after you've done a commit. I think I have to like re-pull it. I don't remember. That's actually one of the merge things. I'm not really good with Git. Please don't think I'm a pro. I am a pro, but I'm not a pro at Git, if that makes sense. I don't specify the path. Okay, how about we do, what did I just change? README? All right, Git status. Damn. I don't know how to take back a commit. You want to know how I do it? Somebody watching this video, I'm going to get so many comments on this video. Like, oh my God, you don't know how to. No, I don't. I don't. It's easier for me to do this. GitHub.com and believe me, I've done that many times. You know what else I've done? Deleted the .git folder, and then I'm very ashamed. Okay, here we go. So we have it. We go into the dot directory. And here's all the stuff. Now, I'm just going to run the setup, and then I'm going to talk briefly about how to do it, but we're not going to go through how to set up all the dot files. That's something you have to watch the boost for. But just my organization of dot files is I have one setup script that does everything. And so this assumes at one point it actually supported Mac. It will detect if it was Git Bash on Windows, Mac, Darwin, or on a Linux machine. I think it might actually be broken. It might not do all of that. But what the idea is that you set up the setup file, and then you're running just your setup. Now, there are tons of other ways to manage your dot files. Some people really, really hate the idea of creating symbolic links. I don't. I absolutely love that idea. And that's what it does. So if you look inside, if you want to just know the general approach, this is creating tons of symbolic links. That's what the SF is. Don't forget the PWD in there, by the way. And we're just linking to all kinds of things. So now when I do exec bash -L, don't forget the -L. That means it's a login shell. Otherwise, you won't get all the fresh. A lot of people will like close the terminal and reopen it. Don't do that. That's a waste of time. Do exec bash -L, and you get, hey, look, there's my pretty happy command line. I got my new fresh bash RC. Everything is good, except not everything is there. All right. So, but is tmux there? So why did I do this? I did this because I wanted to run tmux, right? So I can run tmux from in here. Oh, my tmux command is not here. I don't have sudo installed. What? To run a command as administrator, run sudo command man sudo. Oh, no. That's some other thing. Why is it doing that? It should not have to do that. Oh, there's like, oh, I know. There's like something in my login that's new. There's something new in my login. I don't know. I'm going to go back home and see what's there. ls-al. Oh, you see how it created a scripts directory? Put all my scripts in there. I think it's because it's sudo su dash password. Yeah. Now I'm Anton. Why is tmux doing that? See, I have a bug in my dot files. Oh, no, it's gone. Okay, it was because of sudo. Yeah, I know why it was there. That's what I thought. It was because it didn't have a, what's the .sudo thing? There. Sudo has been successful. I don't know why. The first time you do sudo, it's like a Ubuntu thing. You got to have this file in there. I don't know. Maybe it's a sudo thing. Anyway, so now my tmux is going to work, and I'm good to go. It's as if I had my own dot files available to me at any time. I just ran setup, and it's all good to go. Okay. Now there are a couple things that aren't here. So, like for example, let me try to do my favorite research. Right. So let's look up. Oh, I don't know. Golang 1.22. Let's go look that up on the internet. Oh, there's no links installed. By the way, what is that whole slash thing? Right. Type slash is an alias to duck. Okay. VIC duck. Let's go open duck. So I have VIC now. Right. Which is a thing that I made. Okay, there's no links. Okay, so how do I install stuff? And this will be the last part of this video. So I'm going to get crap about this. I don't care. So cd dot, by the way, check this out. This is cd path. People don't know about cd path and use zshell and they've never seen cd path. Watch this. Cd dot. How the hell did bash know to change me into my dot files? Because cd path. Read about it. Love it. It's awesome. We're going to do a different video about that, but that's why I did it. So now I'm in dot, and inside of dot, I can see all this stuff is here. Okay, so you see the directory in there called install. You go into the install directory, and I have Mac, Windows, and Ubuntu because I just like to keep them all in the same place. That includes, for example, in my Windows, I have my terminal settings for Windows Terminal Preview, which is the best terminal on Windows, in my opinion, because it's the most standardized, it's super pretty, and it's wicked fast as long as you get the preview. If you don't get the preview, the old one still doesn't have GPU acceleration as far as I know. So those are all reasons to use it. People ask me all the time what terminal to use. That's a different topic, but that's where I keep my settings. Pretty much I keep everything for setting up my work environment and play environment here. And I put a little README in there just to let people know, so they're like, going through it all. But here's the real, this is where the money is. So inside of my install directory, somebody's going to say, Mr. Rob, why do you have all of those install scripts? Who the hell needs that many install scripts? Can't you just use apt to install on a thing? The answer is no, you can't. because every single thing you could possibly get has some different way of being installed. So if you want to centralize, this is not really a Dotfiles thing, but it explains why my install scripts are in here. Maintaining your own collection of install scripts is going to save you so many hours in the long run. Let me give you an example. I need to install Go right now because that's what I was doing. So here is my installer. I wrote my own installer in Shell to get Go. And what does it do? It uses curl to grab down it detects this is declared right here. This used to be detected actually. It's not right now. This is hard coded, but this code was originally written so it could detect it from the OS and install the right one. But anyway, so we're using curl to grab the file name that we need, and then we're using curl to fetch it down from the latest development thing. And that this is guaranteed to always install the latest version of Go. And we're not just talking about like, see it says install latest Go, and that's a separate video. The point being, you could just do apt install Go, right? And you're going to get an ancient one. You're not going to be able to tell what version it is. Or you can do this and get your own version. And that's perfectly fine. And I actually have, where is it? Install most stuff with apt. Okay, so I have an install most stuff with apt. So this is all the stuff that I regularly use. I'm actually going to go ahead and run this. Probably not right now because it'll take a long time. So this is like for fishies. I need cturb. I mean, actually this is like my generic. These are all the things I need, right? I need build essential, curses, autocomp, Ruby, WeChat, and links is in there. I don't know if you saw links is in there. So let's run our installer. So the point is, no JQ. So install. Do we have an install JQ? No, we haven't installed most things with apt. Let's do install most things with apt, and then my super secret password. This is going to actually go get all the stuff. We're going to spend a little bit of time installing while we watch this. So the point is, by having your own installers and having them in your Dotfiles, they come down with your Dotfiles repo. So there's just one repo to clone. Okay, so you clone the one repo, and in my case, I actually keep all my shell scripts in there as well. So, and then when I do setup, I symlink to my shell scripts. So my little one-liners and all that stuff, my bash RC and everything. Would you like to configure automatic? Yes. Okay, so it's virtually impossible to get, everything into a single bash RC with a bunch of functions, right? There's almost always going to be a directory where you have all the things that you want to run on any given moment. So let's do another exec bash -l, and we get, we might be able to do fishies. We can! We have fishies! We actually, you know how long it took me to just know what cpan library had to be downloaded and everything? Okay, so I took, the whole point of a Dotfiles, including the installers, is to save you from the time later to have to do the whole thing to set up a system. How long did it take me to customize this 100% thing? So this video's gone, how long? Maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. On average, in order to get up and running on any system that has internet access through proxy or otherwise, using a Dotfiles repo, without even setting up SSH, I can just go onto that. That could be a container, and I have done this. I have been on a container in Kubernetes that had access to the internet, and I have gone into that temporary container and done a git clone I had to install Git, obviously, but then I had to do git clone, and I could download that Dotfile repo and instantly configure my system. And I had this temporary ephemeral container was, just felt like home. So this is why, I regularly talk about why I think you should be good on any system. And this is kind of violating that a little bit because, I am customizing it, but I'm able to get to the customization relatively quickly. It's also the reason that I think it's so important that you learn how to use tmux, bash, and edit terminal things, because everything I just did is completely impossible if you're using VS Code as your editor. You could do it with Emacs. If you're a Emacs, nerd, you might want to do it, but then you got to install Emacs, right? So, but I mean, that's fine as long as it doesn't take that long to install Emacs. So this would work equally well for Emacs users. And now I can actually do my Go install. Let's do that just to be sure it still works. Install Go, and it's going to grab my latest Go, and I should be up and running exec bash -l as usual. And did you see what it did here? I have my bash, I have my Go installing into .local go bin. The reason for that is because I might be on a multi-user system that doesn't have access. I can't install it to user local bin, and my God, why would you do that on a multi-user system? The whole world would collapse. And so, now I can do go dash version, and did I do it wrong? There we go. Go version. I got 1.22.2. I'm ready to do go. I'm ready. Ha! Get it? Ready to go. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. And I have to go because I'm at work making this video. Yeah, I took a few minutes out to let you know how to do your Dotfiles and why you should do the Dotfiles. Plug, if you don't know about it, Skill Stack Beginner Boost. We start on May the 4th, and then we go right now it's every Sunday afternoonish. Make sure you check the schedule. And it's been fun. See you later.